Tottenham will face off against Arsenal in the second North London derby of the season at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. In the first meeting, as all the Arsenal fans could recall very well, Arsenal thrashed Spurs 4-1 at the Emirates, with 𝐼𝐘𝐆 scoring a hat-trick in his first North London derby, which was quite ironic considering the summer transfer window, where Eze could have joined Spurs, but Arsenal beat them to the transfer. Now, Tyrese, is this the first? Because obviously Arsenal in the last Premier League game, they drew against Brentford 1-1, and it was a bit of a disappointing result on your part. But is this the perfect game to return to winning ways now?
Trust me, let it all work out. Yeah, just let me just say that.
Oh my
Watch
God.
Eze. When Eze starts again this weekend, he is gonna just do what he does best. He's on good form in the last game. You might say it's Wigan. Okay, whatever. He made a couple of great assists. He had a great game overall. So this is a perfect game to bounce back from that Brentford draw, which was a great Brentford side, by the way. Great Brentford side. So you know what I mean. To draw with them on the grand scheme of things, not good enough, but not the worst draw on the planet. So and then went to Wigan, quick confidence booster, and now Spurs away. I don't see us losing in any planet. I'll be honest.
There's no winning mentality there. How can you say a draw against Brentford's a good result?
Great Brentford side, but this Tottenham side beat them.
Great Brentford.
A great Brentford side. This is crazy.
The mighty Brentford.
This is the same Brentford side that could be
saying that,
Spurs
by
this
the
year.
way. Imagine a City fan saying that a draw against Brentford was a good result. Imagine a City fan saying that. It wouldn't happen.
I didn't say it was a good result. I said it wasn't a great result, but I said it's not the worst thing in the grand scheme.
People forget that Brentford are 7th.
You're dropping points. You're dropping points.
Brentford couldn't beat us this year.
You're dropping points against smaller clubs where you guys should be dominating. Brentford are not a side that you have to be worried about.
How many points have United dropped?
Faisal's talking after drawing to West Ham, by the way. After drawing to West Ham.
Listen. We can talk all you want. You can talk all you want about United, but it'll be you guys bottoming again this year. I'm just saying that.
This is the thing with Arsenal fans, though. Yeah, they talk about other clubs going downhill. Your club is at a very good point right now. You should be winning the title, and you're dropping 2 points against cheap teams that you should be beating. You know, Liverpool.
This is not we're 4 points clear.
You guys
we're 4 points clear.
4 points, but it was 9 points.
JP, this is going to be destruction, mate.
4 points.
I'm actually not ready for this.
There's no safety in 4 points. One game and you're under. One game, you lose one game and City win one game.
If you lose one game and West Ham win one game, you're in relegation, mate.
I know that, but that's fine. I'm not worried about
it. Is it fine?
Nervous.
I'd much rather be in I mean, look at the position we're in, bro. Yeah. Second, 3 years in a row. We've almost won it so many times. This is our season, bro. We are in the best possible position we can be in. We're first in the Prem. We're first in the Champions League. We've just gone through to the fifth round. We've got Macclesfield, by the way. That's an easy dub. We're going straight through there. We're in the EFL Cup final. Yeah. And you boys are down there in relegation. And you're piping up to us, thinking you're actually going to beat us on Sunday, bro.
We're in
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
I'm not denying that we're in a much worse position. We are up to you. Of course, we're in a much worse position, way worse position.
Oh, nice, lovely,
lovely.
We've been blessed. We've been blessed. No, we've been JP. That's a good point to cut it. We've been blessed by him talking rubbish. It's been cut off.
I know Spurs are in a bad position. We've been in a bad position for the last few seasons now. You know, since we've had Eric Dyer and Davis, basically since Pochettino left the club, we've been in a bad position. But that still doesn't come back to your point where we're bad, we're in trouble, right? But you guys still, as you said, you're in a good position. You're first. You've got an easy running in the FA Cup. You've got a final Carabao Cup. But are you going to win everything? That's the question. That's the key priority here. You know, are you going to win these things? Are you going to win the Carabao Cup? You know, are you going to beat City right now? Because
are you going to get relegated? Are you going to get relegated? We don't. No one knows. No one knows, and that's the whole point of football. It's.
Are you confident?
You know what I mean? It's up in the air. Of course,
are you confident? Or are you a bit nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. You know why? Because I trust Arteta. I trust our team. We're the strongest we've ever looked. We're the strongest we've ever looked.
100%.
100%. I agree.
What's he got in you?
Do you not? Why wouldn't I trust my manager? Why wouldn't we trust our manager being top of the league by 4 points?
Your manager has a habit of making us go in circles. We're about to win the league. We're top of the league in Christmas. We're doing so well. We just got to see it through.
How many managers have United gone through whilst Arteta's
we've
been at
won
our
more
club?
than you with different managers.
They've won more than you, to be fair. They've won way more than you.
You know,
we won more than you. We won more than you.
They're always comparing. They're always comparing to other people.
Like, you're just going to be winning more championships, Tom. Tom, you're going to be winning more championships,
bro. This is the problem. By the end of this season, we would have won more than all of you.
How many trophies do you think you're going to win this season? Be real. How many trophies?
Minimum 2.
I think minimum 2. You
haven't won a trophy for ages and you're just suddenly going to win a double or treble? You think it's that easy?
Carabao Cup is already... Carabao Cup...
And they couldn't even... They were struggling to win doubles and trebles. They were just scraping sometimes. You know, they were at the top of their game.
How are you that confident about beating Man City in a final? This is Man City. This is a team that knows how to win finals. You don't know how to win finals.
We don't know how to win finals. We not won plenty of finals.
Hold on, our record at Wembley, bro. Hold on. This current Arsenal team, though. This current Arsenal team don't know how to win.
Sorry.
This current Arsenal team have never won a trophy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and half of the City lot have never won a trophy either. Have you seen Cherky win a trophy?
Arsenal were in the League Cup final.
That team won the league last year, mate.
No, the last time
over half that team just came up 2 years ago.
No, Arsenal Man City League Cup final in 2018. They lost to Man City.
Yeah, that was 2018, mate.
Yeah. That was prime Man City. Fair play.
You know what I mean?
That was us at our worst point.
8 years ago.
That was you. You got to a final, but that was you at your worst point.
That was our worst point. One of our worst points, easily.
Easily, bro.
But even in our worst, we're still making it to cup finals. That shows how good we actually are as a club.
Even in our worst period. Even at our worst, we won a Europa League final.
At your worst,
every club does it.
At your worst, Tom, at your worst, you're going down, mate.
Our worst, we were nearly going down.
I've seen nothing in the Champions League yet, boys. We might go down, but come on now.
It looks like Arsenal are favourites this Sunday, but say the worst was to happen, can you afford to drop any points anymore and allow Man City to maybe draw the gap to 1 point, or is this definitely a game that Arsenal have to win at all costs?
I mean, obviously, I'd like to say that we're going to win it at the end of the day. Like, you know, I'm confident that we will win it. And we are 4 points clear. If we were to lose this game, we'd still be first. You know, obviously, like I'm saying at the end of the day, because I want us to win. I think we're going to win. And if we do lose, yeah, cool. We might be 1 point ahead, and it might narrow the gap. But I still believe that we're gonna keep a strong lead over City. I think we've got City at the Etihad coming up, and you know, I think that's where it's all gonna matter. I think that's the game that we need to be really going like, okay, if we win that game, we're in a comfortable position. You know what I mean? I really don't. Tottenham's a stepping stone at the end of the day. I'm looking at that game as if it's the game that we just played in the FA Cup. You know, I'm looking at it like a walkover. Honestly, this preview show should be Arsenal City. You know, it's not even about Tottenham anymore because I'm so confident that we're going to win.
Fred, as I said, Tottenham aren't even our rivals. Yeah, I've said this on previous shows. They're not good enough to be our rivals.
Yeah,
I look at Chelsea as more of a rival.
Where were you the decade before this? It was the complete other way around. But we didn't say this because it's a North London derby.
And in that decade, what did you win?
What have you won in this decade?
What did you win in that decade? No, what did you win that decade? We won the FA Cup in this decade.
Same position as you. We did amazing. We were getting literally top 4 every single year. We were literally Champions League finals, and we didn't win a trophy. That's fair enough. I've also said that you're literally exactly the same Arsenal team as that Spurs team was. You're an unbelievable team, should be winning trophies, and for some reason you just.
But the difference is we're going to get over the line. That's the difference.
And also, Tottenham were never, ever in our position. You were never first in the Prem, first in the Champions League, in an EFL Cup final, staying in the FA Cup. You were never there.
Hold on. To be fair, the whole first in the Champions League thing, that's a new thing. We didn't have that choice.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. All right, but still, you know what I mean?
We got to a Champions League final, so you can't really say all that because we got to a Champions League final.
Where were you in the Prem?
You could say that.
Were you first in the Prem that year?
No, we were top 4.
You know what I mean? I mean, bear in mind, we've got all these competitions to focus on, and we're still first.
And let me ask you this. You got all these competition to focus on. You think your squad, with the squad depth that you have, is able to see you over the line throughout all of them? Let me ask you.
Listen, I'll be honest. I don't think we're going to win a quad. That is extremely optimistic. And
the same Arteta.
I'm glad you're being realistic.
The same Arteta who starts.
I realistic with one, but
the same Arteta, and I was in Africa at the time as well, watching this with some African Arsenal fans at the time. And the same Arteta who started in your game against Liverpool, your centre back, I forgot which one it was, but on an injury, started him still, and he was out for longer than he should be because of your manager's decision making. You're thinking that he'll see you over the line with his squad right now, with the squad depth you have right now, the quality of players all around to see at least 2 trophies. The Premier League, as compared to it is right now, everyone has
the Carabao Cup. Faisal, the Carabao Cup is a one game. One game.
You will bowl the Prem. If you want to get the Carabao Cup, fine. If you want to get the Champions League, fine. Ambitious, whatever. But if you get those two,
I'd rather have the Premier League over the Champions League at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, you want this
because
you've never won before in your club.
Because we've been gunning for the Premier League. We've been gunning for the Premier League for the last 3 seasons. We have to get over the line in the Premier.
You've never won a Champions League in your history of your club.
This season. Look, next season, if we win the Premier this season, next season, I'd want to go all out for Champions League. This season,
one of the favourites to win the Champions League, and now
we have to win the Premier League.
Point where you want to try and avoid going for it. You're one of the favourites.
I never said avoid going for it. I said as a fan, I'd rather see my club lift the Premier League than Champions League if I was to have to pick one.
As competitive as the Premier is right now, you're sure that you'll be able to get that done with City right behind you, and everyone else fight. But the thing is, you say City, but it's not the same City. It's the City team that are very, very inconsistent.
They're flaky, bro. They are so bad. They've got Haaland up front. They can score all these goals.
It's this City it's so bad thing. Like, yeah, they haven't been as good as they have been normally, but you got to remember, they're still only 4 points behind you, and they've also got to the same Carabao Cup final as you. So they can't be as bad as everyone thinks here. Because how have they got to a final?
No, we're not saying they're bad. We're not saying they're bad. We're saying they're inconsistent. Okay, we're not saying they're bad. We're saying they're inconsistent.
It's either City aren't as good as they actually are, or you're not as good as you actually are. You can't put yourself on that pedestal and talk about City so littly when it's a 4-point gap. Like
listen, I'm not saying we've been perfect because we haven't. We just drew to Brentford, mate. You know what I mean? Like,
the mighty Brentford. The mighty Brentford. Hold on, the mighty Brentford.
Great. That Brentford team. Hey, Reese, if that Brentford team played Spurs tomorrow, you lose 5-0. Wholeheartedly.
Why are you bringing us up? We're talking about you and your scenario.
This is a North London derby preview show, mate.
Okay, so come on. We beat Brentford this season. You know what? Coming back to the North London derby, then, yeah. The only thing I would say of the North London derby, look, forget the whole manager bounce thing. That it could happen, could not. We've seen
bringing in a manager who's been sacked about 20 times.
The manager bounce happens sometimes doesn't. But at the end of the day, we are the underdogs going into this North London derby. Of course we are. We're near the bottom of the league. You're literally title contenders. Champions League potential holders. You're doing great this season. There's no denying that we're the underdogs into this, and you guys should be beating us, especially on form and latest form. But at the end of the day, it's a North London derby. You never know what could happen. Where if you was at home, I'd be like, fair enough, you've got a much higher chance. We never beat you guys.
When was the last time we lost to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Tom?
There is still always an opportunity that you'll come into our stadium in this scenario where we need to win games. We're poor, but we need to win. You guys need to win. It's going to be a proper dogfight of a match. Yes, you're probably going to be better, but it's still going to be a dogfight of a match. We've got a new manager at least, which could have a new manager bound because Thomas Frank was tearing down that club.
Does he think that Igor Tudor is actually better than Frank, the man who didn't win 8 games at Juve? Do you really think in a row? Do you really think
this is where I think his first 9 games for Juve.
Okay, I've actually looked into the facts of why we've signed Igor Tudor, and I don't think he's going to be the manager for us, like for the future. He will not be that manager. But the reason we have brought in Igor Tudor is because he's come into the last few clubs, like around March time. He hasn't come at the start of the job, and every time he's come in, he's made a massive progress. He's like a very much a man manager. So he's brought the players back to life. He brings the fans back to life. And he's actually every single club, if you actually go statistically through every single club he's gone through, when he's first gone to that club and he's arrived, the first 4 to 6 months are just unbelievable at every single club. He did it at Juve, who were, as we're just talking about, losing 5-2 to Galatasaray. They literally were terrible. And he dragged them into a top 4 and got them Champions League. I'm not saying we're in that level, but they should never even got Champions League that season. The other teams at Marseille, etc., he also done unbelievable at the first 6 months he arrived in. That's what we've looked at. That's why we've already brought him in till summer as well. That's why that contract, because he can do those sort of things. And right now, we just don't even need, I don't even think I agree. We don't need a tactic right now. We just need
you need a miracle, mate.
Bring it. we generally need it. This club right now needs a person, a man manager that can go in, talk to the players, give the players spirit, and give the fans.
Well, bring in a cheerleader then, mate.
And
bring in a cheerleader.
That is generally all we need to go into this Arsenal game. We're not going to we're tactically not going to beat you. But what he can do is give our players spirit and our fan spirit to try and just give you guys a dogfight and
Spirit FC.
Mate, let's see what happens. You know, at the end of the day, we're underdogs.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Yeah, I'll tell you what's going to happen. You'll be lucky if you lose 1-0, and your manager will probably end up drinking out of an Arsenal coffee cup to celebrate your 1-0 loss.
This guy,
at a minimum.
You generally believe if you lose to us, you're going to be like, we dropped a point. You know, at the end of the world.
If we lose to you, it will be outrage. It will be outrage.
No, I agree.
You think Arteta needs to be sacked if you lose to us?
No. Hold on. I'm overreacting. No. if we lose,
JP,
if we lose, no, genuinely, if we lose, if we lose that game, there is serious outrage. I mean, his head is because if we'll be 1 point ahead, and that would mean we have to go to City away and win, and
or draw.
Obviously that's a hard task, or draw, but I'd ideally win to keep the points gap higher. Whereas when we beat Spurs at the weekend, then we can afford to go to City away. And if we lose a City away, it's not the worst. Look, I don't want to lose at all. I don't want to lose games. But if we lose a City away, it's not the worst thing on the planet. We're still clear. We're still 1 point clear. And we've got an easy run in. Our hardest game is City away. As long as we don't lose to Spurs this weekend, which is not going to happen in a million years, we'll be fine. It's a stepping stone.
You can draw,
it's a stepping stone.
Really, can you?
I don't understand.
No, we can't afford to draw either. We need 3 points.
You lost that draw with Brentford, I think. I think that was like your one kind of draw there. Unless City dropped points themselves, that was the draw. Do you get what I mean? That was the...
Yeah, but that Brentford side, as I said, I mean, it's a much better side than that Spurs side. So I don't see us drawing
potentially. But then again, once again, I say it's a North London derby. Every time we play West Ham or Chelsea, it's not. It never ends up the game being.
You played West Ham, we lost 2-1 at home.
Yeah, but we also beat them 3-0 away. Like it just happened. You know, it's a completely different game. We played West Ham when we were unbelievable. And West Ham were terrible. They still beat us. We've played Chelsea when they were at their worst, and they beat us, and we've somehow beaten Chelsea sometimes.
But looking on
they've
history,
been at their best. You know, it's just when you're in a derby, it's a completely different situation. And this derby right now.
When you played Chelsea, hold on a minute. When was the last time Chelsea lost at your stadium? Chelsea owned that stadium.
For the record, we've never lost at your stadium.
Oliver Skip's won the goal. Don't dismiss Oliver Skip's won the goal.
No, but the game, sometimes I think the tactics go straight out the window like that.
No,
Tom, we haven't lost.
I'll be honest. Yeah, when it comes to Arsenal Spurs, usually our positions in the table are a lot closer than they are at the moment. We are first, okay? Yeah. You lot are so far down the table. I have to scroll to go down. You know what I mean? So it's like this isn't the same as a usual season where it's like we're like fourth, for example, and you're fifth. It's not that. It's not like that. And I know you're saying obviously it's North London derby, anything can happen.
With the new manager bounce as well.
Yeah, we had Thomas. Okay, of course you have a new manager.
Yeah, it's like you brought in Mourinho, mate. You brought in Igor Tudor.
You're not in that position, but if Thomas Frank was in charge of this North London derby, it would have been. I promise you, from a fan spirit perspective, there would have been no hope going into this game.
Ty, you don't even understand. My emotion in the last week has gone from 0 to 100. Frank was one of the best things to happen to me this year.
I've literally said this. I'm not even just lying. When your manager, look, and come on, you lot have probably had. I don't know actually if you lot have had terrible managers Arsenal since Arsene Wenger. I don't know if Arteta was the first.
I mean, Emery wasn't terrible.
Emery wasn't bad.
He wasn't terrible.
When he's on the verge of getting sacked, and you need someone new to come through the door. You know, everyone's had that feeling. Faisal, I know, has had that feeling for God knows.
Faisal has that feeling every season.
Even JP might have had it. A lot of us have had it. When the manager needs to go, they need to go because they are sucking the spirit out of that club. They're just
it gets to a point where you start to wonder whether it is the manager or whether it's
the club.
Something else.
Or the club, yeah. Whether it's the manager or just the club.
Look, I'm not even going to go into detail. You've seen on previous TikToks or whatever, I've gone into detail on the club and where we go wrong. And
big up to Agent Vinay, by the way. Agent Vinay doing a fantastic job.
He did do a good job, to be fair. He's done a phenomenal job.
He kept Frank in as long as he could. Well done to him.
Yeah, mate. Good for you guys.
I still can't go over Villa. I wanted to keep Frank. I'm just that. What are you watching?
Top of the league, top of the Champions League table as well. Easy draw in the FA Cup against Mansfield away, and the final. But the question really is is this season now or never for Mikel Arteta? Because this is probably the best ever position you'll be you've ever been for a long time. Do you think if, like you said, obviously quadruple is unrealistic, but maybe a double, but say for instance you don't win any trophy at all, is that the end of Mikel Arteta?
I mean, it would be so disappointing for what Mikel Arteta has done for the club. Like when he first joined, we finished 8th 2 seasons in a row, and then we only went up from there. We went 5th, and then we went 2nd 3 years in a row. And it feels like this season is so teed up for us to win that it would be so disappointing for us to lose all the trophies and then lose one of the best managers we've had in a long time. You know what I mean? I really don't think sacking Arteta would be a good idea. I don't think that there's any other managers out there at the moment that can do what he's doing for us.
Ten Hag.
Huh?
No. To be fair, I don't know who they'd bring in.
Who would we bring in? The only thing, Arteta. I know that he has said that he doesn't see himself staying at the club for another 5-10 years. I know that he's probably not going to be here for a crazy amount of time, but I think that I just don't think sacking him's. I think it's completely pointless, even if we do lose everything.
Well, I've got an interesting question.
I would go on.
So, if Arteta was to move, and this for it's for the Arsenal fans, yeah. If Arteta was to move, do you think he could get a bigger move than Arsenal, or do you think
it depends on this season? I think it depends on this season. I think it solely depends on this season. If he pulls off what he should pull off, which is minimum. Well, he has to get at least one trophy, but I'd say minimum 2. If he pulls off a Premier League and a Carabao Cup, then he puts himself in a fantastic position, and he proves himself that he is a manager that can get over the line, and he proves himself that he is a winner. He's got 3 trophies in the bag, 2 Community Shields, and at that point, your resume. I mean, if they can go and hire Xavi, then Barcelona can definitely go and hire Mikel Arteta. So I think at that point, he's good enough for
they're going
Barcelona.
to go well on his.
I don't think he's leaving if we win a trophy. I don't think that's happening.
I don't think he will.
Yeah, I know. I
think he'll stay.
If he win a trophy, he stays. But if he don't win it, he won't just win a trophy and leave.
I mean, I have a different opinion. I do have a different opinion to Fred. I think if he, going back to that question from JP, if he does win, if miraculously, I mean, there's like a 1% chance this happening that he wins nothing, but by the end of the season, then at that point he's taking the club as far as he can. At that point, he should just leave. He should go, because at that point, it's gone 4 seasons in a row. Second. One of those 4 seasons, you have to win something. If he doesn't, he should just leave. I don't want him to be sacked.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah. I think there's a big difference between us sacking him and him just leaving and being like, listen, I've done my best here. I hope you lot do well. But I feel like if you were to sack him, it would just ruin the whole relationship and everything he's done for us, which I don't think would be fair.
Let's move on to the other side of North London. Let's got a few questions for Spurs. The Spurs fan on the show, Kira. Welcome, Kira, Spurs fan.
Equality.
Haven't said anything yet.
The first question for the Spurs fans. Now, obviously, Spurs have sacked Thomas Frank in recent times, and Igor Tudor has come in as an interim until the end of the season. And you've seen what happened in Manchester United. They got rid of Amorim, and Carrick I don't think he's lost a game since joining that club. Do you think the same could happen at Tottenham starting this Sunday, Kira? Do you think Igor Tudor will bring that new manager bounce to your team?
I mean, I'm not as optimistic as Tom and Reese. I've got to be a bit realistic.
She's realistic.
I've got to be realistic. But I don't think we can beat Arsenal, but I definitely think that Igor Tudor can, put up more of a fight in the team and give the players more confidence, which is like what they need, really. Because Frank's just put their confidence on the floor, essentially. I mean, Romero's supposed to be the captain, but he's not leading them at all, and he's getting sent off in the game against Man United when we're getting momentum, and it's just like, what are you even doing? He's not leading the team at all. But I think we can definitely put up a fight, and yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm definitely not as optimistic as Tom and Reese. Sorry, guys.
Well, it's nice to have some realism and not delusions on the podcast.
I never said we're going to win. I said
I didn't give my opinion yet, but
No, to be fair, Reese has been all right so far.
I just said we're more likely to give you a dogfight. That's all I said. I didn't say we're going to win.
Reese hasn't said Bournemouth are going to win the league yet, so
listen, just wait. After Sunderland.
I've done some looking into Tottenham's form actually, and I mean, sadly, in the Premier League,
You don't have to remind me about the home form. I've been at every single game. Okay.
No, it's not just the home form. You see, because your last Premier League win was on the 28th of December.
Yes.
Oof. We're in.
Wow.
Why do you speak?
it's almost 2 months.
No, I forgot how it feels to be that bad, man.
I don't even know what a win looks like in the league.
It's bad, but I've never known it this bad.
Reece, do you think this Sunday could be the time for you to get your finally a win in the Premier League and go on from there?
Well, in a perfect world, yeah, it would be, but at the end of the day, like,
Yes.
like it would be lovely, and listen, I'm hopeful that like we can show fight. That is literally it. Like Frank, like Kieran was saying, Frank's gone. Like in theory, we show some fight, and if we come away from that just competing, I can't complain. Like at the end of the day, it's first versus what 16th.
Yeah.
Like
The most.
it shouldn't be a competition. Like, and bearing in mind, we barely got an 11. Like it made me laugh the other day. Like I saw.
Oh, the injury excuse. Is your injury excuse back?
Hold on.
Oh, here we go. Get the violins out, people. Get the violins out.
I saw things saying about Arsenal's injuries, and I'm there like, oh, how are Arsenal complaining about injuries? We can actually make a starting 11 filled with injuries.
We ain't never complained about injuries.
No, you complained about the grass being grown more or wetter. I saw that.
And the ball being too bouncy.
Like at the end of the day, there shouldn't be a world where we even get a draw in this. In this current situation of us being so bad and them being so good, with the lack of players we've got, we shouldn't even get a point.
No.
Like, just all we can do is just show some fight. I think the atmosphere is going to be unbelievable. There's a massive meet before the game, which I probably won't remember the game by the time I actually get to it, which I can't wait for, because he'll get me through it no matter what happens.
I'm going to try and go too.
Like, it's just... And I'm hopeful the atmosphere will be good. I think we'll be up for it. And this Tudor geezer does seem a bit of a nutcase. So I think if he can get into their heads of, right, treating it like a derby, I don't think it will be a proper derby. I don't think it's going to be the game Arsenal want it to be. I think there will be moments where we do cause problems, which, you know, even last season...
I mean, we're not saying you're not going to have chances.
Last season,
you'll have chances.
Yeah, even when they beat us last season, like, we caused them a lot of problems. And it was... We was actually our own worst enemy last season, and it was. Listen, they didn't win the league anyway, but it is a big chance for us to save our season and ruin theirs. You know, I'm not saying we are going to win, but a win Sunday flips our season massively, and that idea needs to be in those players' heads. Which, based on what Tudor was saying in his first interview, you know, that was the greatest 5 minutes I've seen of a manager. Because Frank gave me no motivation. This manager's got me hooked already based on 5 minutes. So
yeah,
there is that bit of hope of we can fight. But listen, at the end of the day, it's a derby.
I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while since we've actually lost to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 3 seasons, 2-0, 3-2, and 1-0.
There was one where you should have lost. There was only one. I think it was the start of Ange's thing when you should have lost at home, and that would have been like a big thing. But it didn't happen. But... At home, we've drawn 2-2 to you guys.
Yeah, the 2-2 one when Maddison was 2-2, we should have won.
There was a game we should have won, but you know, it is what it is.
It was probably that game when Son scored twice.
Listen, at the end of the day, like, you know, as bad as teams get, you know, you are due a win eventually. Like teams are due. We are due a win. Like,
No,
we're not going to go
next
this
week, mate.
Next week. I don't really care when it is. I just want to see one. Like,
That's what I mean.
I just want to see one.
literally, I was going through it today. I just want to see a bit of green in the league. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
just
I'm going to be
the
honest.
last 5 results, 1 green, and I'm happy. Like,
Look, I was nervous about relegation. Of course, you're going to be nervous about relegation, but I'm generally not as nervous anymore that Forest have sacked Sean Dyche. I don't know why, but them sacking Sean Dyche and signing the
They've got a good manager in. Tom, they've got a good manager in. Victor Pereira.
yeah, no, he done a good job at Wolves. He done a really good job at Wolves last year.
Doesn't need a manager. Wait, is this the same guy?
He's better manager than 𝐼𝐘𝐆.
No, but Wolves sacked.
So the manager Forest, he had one Wolves had last year, and he kept him up.
Hold on, let's talk about manager bounces. He came in and kept him up from bottom of the league last year. Manager bounces. Let's talk about manager bounces.
And he was going for beers with the players, beers and the fans.
Yeah, he did.
He's a fan favourite manager. Like, Wolves loved him. Like, and he had been playing good football. Like, Forest plays some good football now.
But Dyche is known to keep teams up. You know, Dyche is. So, like, him getting sacked, and they weren't even on bad form when they sacked him. It was kind of like no reason to sack him. It's just
unexpected. It was unexpected.
It's Marinakis being Marinakis again. Like the exactly same as sacking Nuno and signing Ange. You know,
but they're looking at the European side of it as well. He obviously didn't think Dyche was going to take him to European success.
Dyche wasn't good enough in Europe. He wasn't good enough in Europe.
Forest had one weird season where they got this European football. Now they're expected to be that side still, and they're not. You need to.
But the thing is, once you're in that situation, you have for them to stay up and then win wherever they're in. Was it Europa? They're in
Europa.
So if they win Europa, they've got Champions League football next year. And if they can get a manager and then who's playing good football, which he did with Wolves last year, and obviously he lost all their players.
Yeah.
You know, if they can back a manager, Forest could actually be a solid side going into next year.
Yeah. But
I would be more worried about West Ham though, who have Bournemouth at home next. Bournemouth at home.
I'm definitely more confident about staying up now. Like, under Frank, I was convinced we are 100% going down. There's not a world where we stay up, because it was that bad. Like, the players hated him. The players actually had no respect for him.
I can't believe this is actually a conversation that you're having.
Yeah.
You know
what I mean?
It's mad to say, but it's a fact. It's the world. We can't be oblivious to it. It's the world we're living in now.
The world you're living in.
We're all in the same world, mate.
No, I'm in a different planet, mate.
Is Reece, I was going to say...
Again, I don't know enough about Tudor, but he's...
I was going to say, at the start of the season, did you really expect by February time you'll be talking about staying up and fears of relegation?
I would have thought I was saying that. This is mad. I can't believe I've experienced this year.
To be fair, coming into this season, I didn't think we're going to be in a top 4 position or top 6, but I did think we'd have a bit of a bounce considering we got Champions League football, and I didn't think we could really do worse than last season coming off 17th. You know, like we managed to still sign some, even though the injuries has been a big thing, we still managed to sign the likes of Kudus and Simmons, even though Kudus is injured, but you get what I mean.
Well, because you had UCL football.
That's what I mean. If we didn't get that UCL football, I wouldn't be surprised if we were in this same position as as we were the season before. I know we are, but you know what I mean. Like, I would have been less shocked to it. But because we got that Champions League football and we was able to sign some of these players that, it took a little while to grow in form. Like, Simmons is starting to play good now, but I still never.
He is starting to play good. I mean, obviously, you haven't won a Prem game in almost 2 months. So he's playing really well.
I expect the
you watch football with your eyes, like, he's got no help.
No.
The amount of times, I see this guy.
If I said this about Gyokores, you wouldn't back it.
Hold on, Gyokores has got good players around him. Xavi's got no one in front of him. He hasn't even got a winger anymore. There's actually
he actually doesn't have a winger anymore.
So bad.
Hold on a minute. Didn't you guys, up until a week ago, didn't you have the saviour on the left wing? What's his name again?
Well, Odegaard, the one that's got an ACL.
Odegaard.
Yeah.
Before he was injured, didn't you have the saviour on the left wing?
Hold on. Whenever
better than Martinelli. He said.
Hold on. Whenever Odegaard started playing well, Frank benched him. You got to remember, this is the manager that puts Mawani over every attacker we have.
This is also the same manager, right, that we had no wingers or no attackers and still forbid to put Tell in a Champions League squad and put Solanke in it, who was still injured. By the way, this is the same manager that done
Solanke. I would play an injured Solanke over Tell all day, to be honest with you.
Don't disrespect my goat.
Tell's god awful.
He's not god awful.
I'm not having Tell hate.
He's not great. He's not god awful. I've seen god awful. I've seen Victor Janssen play. I've seen god awful, but but he's not. He's still got. He's got a lot to do to get to our level he needs to be starting for Spurs at least.
Well, everyone's gassing. Everyone's
Well,
gassing
if
Moani
you're in the Championship next season, he'll be a good striker.
I don't get his
No, because Tudor's coming.
It's-
Because Tudor's coming. Everyone's
Oh
gassing
yeah, he
Moani.
did. Yeah, well, he did get the best. Yeah, but then again, Frank apparently got the best out of strikers. We never saw that. So actually, then again, Richarlison did do decent.
I'm not taking Moani seriously. I'm not taking Moani seriously.
No, I
If Tudor's
can't.
playing
I
Moani,
can't.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
lose
care
my-
what Tudor done to him. Moani is just not that sort of player. He might get the best out of Solanke, like hopefully, but
To be completely honest, all I expect Tudor to do is just keep us up.
and just give us spirit, give the fans hope again and the players spirit.
Genuinely,
that's
just
all I want.
stay up, show fight, and that is literally it. Because he's going to leave at the end of the season anyway. He's hitting May. That final game of the season, he's out. We're watching the World Cup, and then Poch is coming home.
Have you realised how much more below this club was this season than it ever was under Ange? Because the one thing with Ange, even though we did bad under Ange, he always still gave those fans hope in the press conferences. I know he, like, even just the crazy things, like saying like I always win in my second season, just like little things like that. Like that could be a dangerous quote to say, especially for a manager.
If we said that, you lot would say we're cringe, bro.
No, but to be fair, the way you lot say stuff is cringe.
It's words in a press conference that win fans over, and that's why even though people saying, everyone kept saying, if we don't win Europa League, he's sacked. You know, and
But that's because Ange had charisma, though.
There was
Ange had
the
something
charisma.
about him.
Frank didn't have that, and that's what
Frank
lost
was
the whole
boring,
club completely. Just sucked it all out.
He could
But
even.
Would you have
this
kept
guy
Ange?
apparently has charisma. He's got that.
Would
sort
you
of-
have kept Ange if you knew that you were going to be in this position? Would you have kept Ange?
I wanted to keep Ange.
I actually no. Once you won the Europa League, it's like you've built something. You might as well stay.
He
Like,
earned
do you
it.
get what I mean? You've
He earned till at least November.
You've built a little bit of something. Just you'll get more backing during Champions League football now. I would have kept him. I know it might have all gone wrong, and like I get signing Frank, but
Kira's looking funny at that.
you
Kira's
have
looking funny at that.
no, but I get it, but I feel like once you've done that, a bit like you guys with Arteta, if you just sack him after not winning trophies, like everything that he's built just kind of goes to waste. And I feel like Ange at least built a little bit of something. He built a team that could win a trophy, which no other manager could do.
Ange got a trophy at the end
That's
of the
what
day.
I mean. He built a team
And
that could.
the players
We're
love Ange.
worshipping Ange.
And I know people can say
Yeah,
it's
but-
Europa League, but still.
Yeah.
At the end of the
Yeah,
day,
but-
when Ange got sacked, all the players put in like heartfelt messages for his sacking. Frank's gone, and only 2 players put something out. No, like Romero has said nothing. Basuma posted a picture of him training. Like the players actually hated Frank. I've never seen such.
Well,
hate for one man.
Basuma definitely didn't like Frank because
This time-
Basuma got
By the
disciplined.
way, they hated him months ago. Do you
Hey.
still remember from like
Yeah,
6 months ago when Van der Ven and Spence just walked past him? Like this has been going on for months.
Yeah,
Like
I remember that clip.
you could see he's lost the dressing room back then. But yeah, go on, Kira.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Tom, you said like backing Ange or whatever, but the board's never going to do that because they wanted to back Frank, right? He was supposed to be our project manager or whatever, but they only bought him like Sousa for whatever money they got back from selling Brennan Johnson. So they're never going to back Ange.
They got Gallagher too, didn't they?
Yeah,
And not they
from the
helped, but
money
you
from
get what I
selling
mean.
Brennan Johnson, but we can spend 200 million plus and still not have financial fair play issues, but they
Yeah, I
just
know.
don't spend that money.
I don't. It's the wages. I've always said it's the wages that cost us. Like I remember
Ange said it himself on the
I
overlap.
remember Ty finding this out, and he was like stunned by it, by like the fact that we've never gone on over 200k on
Over
a
200K,
wage
yeah.
structure, and
Yeah.
it's disgusting.
And we always
actually,
sell
at
to
this
buy
age,
as
It's all
well.
about the owners
It's
for it now. Like,
ridiculous.
it's embarrassing. We're not paying players,
It's
like,
'cause-
a high level.
You guys were just worshipping Ange for the past 5 minutes. I was out there daydreaming. I came back to hear that. But now that I'm back in tune. You know what I mean? Let me just add some 2 cents from someone who isn't really a London club supporter. Spurs, you guys move like a small club because you guys aren't that big. And
Ange
we're
said it
seeing that.
himself. Ange said it himself.
No, like I was meant to be here on Spurs' side. I don't want to see Arsenal win the league, but I can't help a club who doesn't want to help themselves. Look at this. You guys celebrate when Man City are gonna win the league, and you want to lose to City. What the
I
hell is all
didn't.
that about? No, but
I
most of you
didn't.
guys were. Most of you guys were. I work at Spurs for agency most of the time, sometimes to get some money in. And whilst I'm there, I'm seeing you guys watch the game at the bar over there, watching my team on an away day, hoping, oh, we hope United lose, oh, we hope the other team loses. Your game's going on right now in your stadium. You're not out there watching. Your fans, they don't think that you guys are a big club. You guys here, you might do so, but the ones at the stadium that I see day in, day out, some of them, or most of them, don't actually think, hang on, let's go put some passion in there. And you're going to go blame the board. You're going to go blame the players. You don't spend that much money on players for wages anyways, like you guys just said, calm, that's fine. But a big club would do that. So we can't be here having Spurs bark at Arsenal 24 hours a day, being like, we'll beat you, we'll beat you, we'll beat you. Because then the same debate comes, oh, we beat Arsenal trophy. You guys are not going to get anything out of this anyways. You have bigger things to worry about. Bigger fish to fry. Bigger fish to fry.
That's
what's going on.
Where's Don Robbie?
Like West Ham,
Where's Don
West
Robbie?
Ham and Nottingham Forest, they're real rivals.
Didn't, for like every year, Arsenal have a whole day about finishing above Tottenham.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day,
St. Sutter Day. Yeah.
maybe it's different for the Manchester clubs, but Tottenham Arsenal is that is hatred. We hate each other.
It
Like
is.
Listen, you lot hate us a lot more than we hate you.
Yeah.
You're not a threat to us.
You lot were in a situation.
No. We look at you
I'm not even having this from you.
as a little
I know
sibling.
for a fact, if this was the way around, you need.
Reece, I kind of feel sorry for you guys. I don't even hate you. I feel sorry for you.
No,
honestly.
Hold on.
Genuinely.
Listen. That
Genuinely.
Champions League final, you were celebrating Liverpool winning. You couldn't have us win that.
Of course. Listen. All I'm saying is that if we were like bottom of the table in the relegation zone where you are, and you lot were up there, obviously you'd probably be in our heads. But we're where we are, you're where you are, and what I'm saying is we do not give a about Tottenham at all. You lot care way more about where we are.
But that's a lie. That's a lie as well. That's a lie as well. Because when an Arsenal fan hears
we don't care.
No. But when an Arsenal fan gets to try to by Spurs,
United are the same. United are the same. Every single club actually picks on Arsenal so much, and it's the best feeling in the world because it means we're good. It means we're good.
You guys were eating out
People
for
pick
free.
on your club because of your fan base. That's why. Because the idiocy of your fan base. Like the guy literally saying you lost to Brentford or drew to Brentford because you slept in different beds. Like that's because no other fan base would say stuff like that. You're the same fan base that said you didn't win the league because your queen died. Like that's your fan base. You're the fan base that done that.
That is a small minority.
That's a very small proportion.
That's a loud minority.
There's a reason why that video has gone viral. You know
Tom,
what I mean?
you can't generalise it. You can't generalise it.
Class. You're all exactly the same.
He's world class.
He's not.
He's better than all your strikers.
No, I didn't say he's worth. Yeah, but
Has he not got the same goals in all comps this year as Lewandowski?
Yeah, Lewandowski.
Thank you very much.
Why are you bringing this up?
Lewandowski.
Because you lot in the group chat put Lewandowski at world class status. So if he's at world class status, if he's at world class status, then is Gyokores not a world class status? Having the same goals?
Who said that?
Look at the group chat.
I did say that.
Who said it though? Who said it?
No, I did say that. Lewandowski.
Why did you say that? No, not right now. He's not. 3 years ago, yeah. But come on now, right now.
He was good last season, and he's not having the best form at the moment. But
just because he was good last year, don't make him world class.
Started most of the games for Barcelona.
This is what we want. Spurs fans turning against each other. This is what we want. Keep up, Reece. Keep up.
This is prime television.
Also,
I'm loving it.
36. Sorry, you're comparing him to like an old man.
Obviously, Christian Romero doing Christian Romero things, got himself sent off against Manchester United. So he's going to be missing on Sunday. And this is for all the Spurs fans. Like, can you trust your defence against Arsenal in the derby?
I mean, you're going to have to, aren't we? I don't know who's actually fit. Who's fit? Van der Ven and who else? Who's fit?
That's a good question, Tom.
Igor Tudor's known for playing three at the back. We've only actually got two centre-backs fit.
Yeah, and we don't have Ben Davies either, do we?
There's no Davies.
No.
It's going to be Paulinho at centre-half with...
Probably Archie Gray.
No Adogi, right?
No Doggy. No
Archie
Spence.
Gray.
Oh, no, Spence might be fit.
Spence and Paul Rose back too, actually.
Oh, great.
Okay.
In a five-back, you never know.
No, to be fair, it's a body. It's a body. Like,
and in a five-back, you never know, because that's how he was brought in as a wing-back, weren't he, under Conte? So.
Well, yeah. I don't know what he's gonna do. Like, I saw a thing about potentially Byfield playing, and it's like, poor kid. He's got limited minutes, and now he's gonna get full 90 against Arsenal.
He's got Tottenham. He knows Tottenham through and throughout. You know, he's a Tottenham supporter.
He does, but it's just for me, like,
You know, there's no harm in giving it a go.
But every time I've seen him play, it's just like, he does look a little scared. Like, I understand there's nerves when you're 17 and you're making your debut and that, but I've actually never seen a player like not.
If you lot throw a 17-year-old into a North London derby, that's so poor.
Relying on that kid in the derby is mad.
We might not have a choice.
We don't have a choice, and you also did that with Saka.
No, but what if you put,
we never threw Saka into a North London derby at 17.
Was he not 17 playing for you guys?
We never threw him into North London derby at 17.
No, haven't you didn't
Arteta and Unai go on.
Didn't he play Archie Gray?
Archie
Gray will go centre back, or Palhinha will go centre back with
the two of us. He's got a bit more experience, though. You got to remember.
I'd rather Palhinha in that three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just knows how to make a tackle. He just knows how to do it.
He knows how to celebrate as well. Woo! Wolves 1-1. Wolves 1-1. Woohoo! We went over, corner flag, giving it large, yeah.
Hold on, he also scored a last-minute equaliser against you lot last year.
What, last year? I mean, why we... Hold on. Let's stop reminiscing. Let's live in the present. Let's live in the present, lads.
Yeah.
You're talking about the past with Wolves.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, and the past this season, by the way, it's relevant.
I think I know the answer to this already, but out of the two strikers, who's going to do more in the derby? Is it going to be Dominic, Solanke, or is it going to be Victor Gyokores?
Be honest, guys. Be honest. You Spurs fans, be honest.
I think they're both going to score.
At the moment, I think they can both cause problems. They're both quite physical players.
Yeah.
They're both on quite good form, really. Solanke's coming off really good form. Gyokores is on really good form. So, not really... Like, I know I've been saying that Gyokores is in world class. He's still in good form, like, right? Solanke's coming off good form, scored, 2 goals against City. He's on good. So I don't really know. You can't really judge that one.
Well, what you got to think about is you got to think about the players around him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at ours.
I saw about that in the City game, and Solanke still got it on his own.
But Tom, that proves that City are not the same City.
I mean, we did score what? It did take Solanke scoring a wonder goal.
Wait, it's not the same City. There's no excuse for you to not win the league.
Exactly. There is no excuse.
Oh, fine. That's fine. Keep this energy.
Depends if Solanke actually gets service from the rest of the team.
But that's the same for all strikers, though, isn't it? If you get service, you can score. If you don't get service, you're not going to score.
Gets service throughout the whole. He's had service this whole time.
He doesn't service this whole time.
No.
Barely get.
No, he barely gets service.
Solanke barely gets service. They don't pass over to him.
Don't get service.
It's ridiculous.
What does Solanke get?
Did you see Saka? The amount of time Saka avoided Gyokores when he was starting. Ever since, I'm not gonna lie to you. Ever since Saka's been well, Saka got moved to Cam against Wigan, and he played a very good game.
Wigan,
and he's learning.
Even we would beat Wigan.
You wouldn't. You beat what's in front of you. Yeah.
Big dog.
And at the end of the day, it was a good game, but we had to learn to play with a striker. We didn't know how to play with a striker.
I've only ever seen one Cam this season actually give Gyokores decent service and actually trust him, and that's Havertz. That's Havertz. He's the only one. Odegaard doesn't find him. Saka don't find him. If you look back at when Gyokores was scoring 100,
start to find him.
And if you look at Gyokores' the goals that he scored last season, I mean, so many of them was just him running. Just along the line, and then the ball gets played through, and he's running straight onto it and just pockets it. And he's barely had any of those chances. All of his chances have been right in front of goal, just because he's there.
That's your tactics.
If it was our tactics, he'd score more goals.
This is why Eze's got to start at the weekend, because Eze's the only player fit that can find him.
I've given Gyokores so much stick all season. I know for a fact he's obviously going to score now. And I don't care if he scores. He's still rubbish. I'm still standing on that, but I'm just... I know it's going to happen.
Yeah, the only player I really want to score against you guys is Simmons. I just feel like that because he's been actually really good for us.
Simmons can't find a back of the net.
I know, that's the weird bit. Like, he's actually
not true. He scored a goal this year.
Why do you want him to score? Like, what's that going to do?
No. It's just
the Simmons scored against Arsenal trophy.
Look, I know it sounds silly, but Spurs are at such a low at the moment. You don't understand. Like, just at the Frank going and a new manager is raising the roof. And Simmons, during that period where Frank was literally on the verge of getting sacked, was probably the only person. Him and Solanke were probably the only people keeping him in the job because of what they were doing on the pitch. That was probably the only reason. And Simmons was so good. In the last 2 games, he's been getting so unlucky. He's been hitting the crossbar. doing crazy things. He had that disallowed goal
VAR.
that was just
Yeah.
offside, like just.
Oh.
He just needs that goal. No, you've all been there. When you just get that goal, it just gives that player way more confidence. But also, he's a fan favourite at the moment as well. Of course, he's going to be a fan favourite.
Out of all of our players, we need him. He's going to be our main man. Like the signing of Simmons is for him to be the focal point of our team. He is like, with Son leaving, him taking the 7 shirt, he is meant to be the future of Spurs. And obviously, with the history of Simmons growing up, all that hype around him, it's unbelievable that we've signed him. It's a big name.
It was our signing.
We need him out of all of our players to get that confidence, because if we're going to
listen,
we need him.
No. I understand. You want him to be so much like Eze and get that hat trick against Spurs, yeah. But ultimately, it ain't gonna happen. He probably won't score any goals. You're not gonna lose. We'll keep a clean sheet, and then we're gonna be top of the table for the rest of the season. That's most likely what's gonna happen.
Do you not even think we'll score?
Loose end saying he's gonna get a goal and they might have a chance here, but it ain't gonna happen.
Do you probably think we won't score?
I think you could score. You could score 1, maybe. But like, I really just see us keeping a clean sheet and maybe winning 1, 2, 3 now.
I would take a 1-0. I would take a 1-0. I know you lot would celebrate a 1-0 thinking you've won. I would take a 1-0. You'd say, oh, you should have scored more. I don't care how we win the game, as long as we get 3 points. If we win 1-0, if we win 2-1, if we win 3-2, as long as we get the 3 points, I don't care how we do it. But you lot would take that. You lot would take a 1-0 loss. You lot would actually take it.
Why would I take a loss? I want to win.
You lot would be raving about it. I'm telling you, your fan base has dropped.
I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw.
We need a win.
No, we need a win, but I
you got to wait a few more weeks for a win. I
still think a draw still might be a bit guys, a draw is still good for us. Still a point in our race when every point matters, and everyone knows in a relegation battle every point matters.
Tom, you were celebrating Burnley away. You were celebrating Burnley away, Tom. You were celebrating Burnley away, saying how well you played a couple weeks ago. You were like, oh, well, if this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. I mean, weren't you the same person at Forest away when he lost 3-0 that said we defended well? Can we get that clip up?
Even though you might say they've scored 3 goals past us, they didn't actually threaten us with even as much of a possession and an attack.
Yeah, they scored 3 goals.
No, but you have to hear me out. Hear me out. As much as they dominated the game and they smashed us completely, they deserved to win probably 7-0. But they didn't actually have a lot of attacking chances against us.
You said it should be 7-0. You said it should be 7.
No, because we were that bad. They probably should have won 7. No, you have to understand. Their goals came from a mistake, a corner, and a wonder goal. They didn't actually create. No, you need to understand what I'm trying to say here. They don't create the attacking opportunities that you think they do.
Someone literally agreed in the TikTok video that since I said about the whole Nottingham Forest problems, a Forest fan literally agreed with me and said, yeah, we've scored this amount and we've lost this amount since that has literally been said.
JP, get the receipts. JP, get the receipts.
Look, you lost that game 3-0 against Nottingham. in the reaction video after we done a show like this, and then you said Nottingham Forest didn't threaten you the whole match.
No, they didn't threaten us attacking. They just dominated us. They just dominated the game. They didn't threaten us in any sort of way.
He's still standing on it.
He's still standing on it. I watch football. I can watch a game.
Kira. Hold on. Can we get a realistic point of view on this? Kira, you lost 3-0 to Forest. You lost 3-0 to Forest. Did they threaten your goal if you lost 3-0?
Because they've got 3 goals in the goal.
You're trying to do the realistic dictionary of the...
Ty, I know what Tom means. He's just wording it so badly. He's worded it wrong. That's literally it.
It's probably just my wording.
I understand what Tom's trying to say, but he's not using the right word.
Okay, use the right word then, please.
I'm looking at Tottenham's next few fixtures. Yeah, obviously you've got Arsenal away.
Yeah,
that's an L.
We're at home.
Arsenal home, and then Fulham away.
Oh no, sorry, no, I meant Arsenal away. And then you got Fulham away.
They ain't winning that.
Probably an L. And then you got Palace at home.
That's your next potential win.
I mean, that's potential. If you're lucky, you'll get a draw. And then you've got Liverpool away. And then you've got the biggest game of the season, Spurs Forest. That is huge.
We're at home,
relegation battle.
That
is
home for that.
You're at home, but home advantage doesn't exist.
That'll be a generational hate watch, that game.
Well, we played Wolves twice now.
We've got Wolves away coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tom,
big
home
game, big game.
advantage. Home advantage doesn't exist for Spurs anyway. It's actually better if you're at home. It's better
I
if you're at
genuinely
home.
I'm pretty sure I've seen us win away. I'm pretty sure I've seen us win away more this season than at home.
Yeah.
I genuinely think Spurs ain't seeing a point until Forest. Seriously.
We got a decent run in at the end of the season because I know we still got Leeds and we still got Wolves and we still got
we got Chelsea
away.
fucking last game. Chelsea are sending us down.